So today we're going to talk about the number one reason for severe traction alopecia. There's a slippery slope from thinning edges to total irreversible hair loss around the entire perimeter of your hairline and of your scalp. And the number one reason that traction alopecia evolves from minor to severe is the psychological and physiological disconnection that many of you have from your hair. And what I mean by that is you've subconsciously been able to remove your hair from being a part of your physical body. There's no connection to the two. And so how this disconnect happens is really what I want to dive into. So first let me say that you need to take note that if your edges are already thinning, because like I said, it's a very slippery slope that if you left them unchecked, that yours can easily get to a place of no return, severity, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? So here are some reasons that I've identified that lead to severe voluntary hair loss. I call traction alopecia voluntary hair loss. So it first starts with childhood. If you never developed a sense of your hair being an important part of the grooming process, if you never had your hair consistently cared for or nurtured, or you were never shown how to care for it yourself, it can lead to, again, that disconnect, that physical disconnect. And that leads to the next thing, which is hair care neglect. I don't know anyone who would be comfortable going multiple days, weeks, or months without taking a shower or without brushing their teeth. But those same people are willing to go weeks and months without cleaning their hair and scalp, and have normalized it. As long as the style still looks good. Oh, the style still looks good. I can take it down later. So the care is only in between the takedowns. Also, rarely seeing what your hair looks and feels like in its natural state. So just imagine never seeing your hair. Always seeing what's not yours and loving that look. After so long, you're gonna desire that look constantly. And the look for your natural hair is going to become non-existent. So every time you book an appointment, you're going out to buy hair to take to the appointment with you. Do you honestly believe that it's not going to have a major impact on how you view your natural hair and your natural beauty overall? Just think about that. Another reason that it happens is being around other women who rarely, if ever, wear their real hair. Because I want to tell y'all that in most cases, change is more hard for other people to accept than it is for you. So the fear of their criticism, the fear of being judged, keep you stuck in being overly concerned about what you're gonna look like to other people. And that takes over your desire to change. The next reason is believing that your hair is just an accessory. I read this and see this on social media all the time. It's an accessory. I can do whatever I want to do with my hair. And that's true. You most definitely can. But your hair is still not an accessory. It is attached to your body. And just like any other part of your physical body, it requires consistent maintenance and care. Severe traction alopecia doesn't just happen overnight. By the time it gets to the severe part that's irreversible, you've actually watched it happen. And you've been okay with it happening. Subconsciously, at least you've been okay. Because wearing the hairstyle that caused it makes you feel so much better than having to look at yourself without it. So it takes away from the accountability factor. It takes away from the necessity to change so that it doesn't get worse. And this is where being addicted to the styles that cause traction alopecia to come in. Now you're depending on the styles for a very, very, very temporary self-esteem boost. Once that wig comes off, once those braids are taken down, or once that sew-in is removed, reality now sets in. Depression sets in. The way you look and how you feel about Your self-esteem and how you are is undeniable when it's just you and that mirror with nothing to cover it up. And then you start to feel shameful about those choices. And even that's okay. You need to feel that, because that's how you're gonna get to the point of wanting to do something different, but you just can't stay stuck there. You gotta be willing to do something different. And of course, the leading reason is preferring the European beauty standard over your own natural beauty standard. And this is, by the time it gets to severe, it's subconscious and conscious, because at some point between mild and severe, right, you've become aware because you can see it, you can't deny it. And yet you're consciously choosing to keep doing those same things. Accountability and self-awareness are essential parts of changing the poor habits that led you to getting traction alopecia. And the saddest thing to see is sisters who have just given up. This is where the real severity comes in. Giving up hope because you concluded within yourself that the option for you to wear your real hair is gone now. And that having healthy hair is something that you'll never achieve. The negative self-talk can just wreak havoc on any opportunity that you have to make a change. And this is what I talked about in my main video, the main reasons why your edges aren't growing. It applies to this very topic. And that is that your willingness to lose your edges in the first place. Women who don't lose their edges are aware that they need to be protected. So my advice to you is to develop the consciousness that's going to allow you the ability to assess how you truly and honestly feel about your hair. And don't feel ashamed if you recognize negative emotions start to come up. Negative thoughts and words start to come up. Just take notice of them, and also notice it if you feel uncomfortable with how you think and feel, because that means that you don't like it and you really want to change. So now you have to realize that at any time you can do that. At any time you can make that change. At any time you can develop a loving, healthy relationship with your hair. So thank you for watching. I appreciate the comments, likes, the support. Followers are growing. This means so much to me, and I just look forward to many more of these conversations. If you agree with what I have to say, make sure you drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, share with someone that you feel might benefit, and I will see you in the next video.